People's driving habits, type of car, and weather conditions usually determine the type of tire they'd have fitted. Many people, myself included, go for the 2 sets option, as it gives better performance in the more extreme situations. What's up, guys? In this video I am going to give you an impartial review when I am covering 5 best summer tires in 2024 in the market. Which are the best for you? Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that will meet the needs of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance or its particular user use. If you want more information and updated pricing of the products mentioned in the video, be sure to check the links in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe. So let's get started. Number 1. Continental Sport Contact 7. The German manufacturer released the Sport Contact 7 a while ago, setting a new benchmark about what a performance tire should deliver. As good as things seem with Continental's performance tire, it's not perfect in every regard. In dry performance, the Sport Contact 7 feels like it's in a class of its own. It delivers superb levels of grip and traction for daily driving, and it's a solid performer if you want to take it on a track. The handling is excellent, and even though it isn't the most responsive of the bunch, it won't disappoint. You'll get plenty of feedback, so you'll have plenty of confidence to push it to the limit. The Sport Contact 7 continues to impress in wet conditions, but it has a few slight drawbacks. It's excellent in terms of grip and traction on damp surfaces, so you won't be sliding around if you start to push it. With that said, the Aquaplaning Resistance isn't the best in the class. Don't get me wrong, it's far from terrible, but some of its rivals are a tad better. Pros: superb dry performance, very high levels of grip and traction on damp roads, handles excellently. Cons: Aquaplaning Resistance falls a bit behind its competitors, ride quality is a bit firm. Number 2. Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. As a direct competitor of the previous tire, we have the Pilot Sport 4s. Even though it's not the best, it delivers in some areas where the Continental tire struggles. Michelin made the Pilot Sport 4s to be an excellent performer, which is evident from the way it drives on dry roads. There is loads of grip in the corners, and acceleration will almost never be an issue. Its biggest drawback is the handling. The tire is set up to lean more towards daily driving, so it sacrifices a bit in the responsiveness and feedback department. An area where it doesn't lack is the wet performance, which is equally impressive. Again, the grip and traction levels are a bit behind the Sport Contact 7, but despite that, the Michelin model is an excellent performer. The area where it has the edge is an aquaplaning resistance, meaning that the Pilot Sport 4s remains more stable at higher speeds. Pros: excellent performance in dry and wet conditions, superb aquaplaning resistance, well refined for a performance tire. Cons: responsiveness and feedback aren't as good as some of its competitors. Braking distances are slightly longer than the leader in this class. Number 3. Continental Premium Contact 6. Grand Touring tires are primarily designed to combine excellent performance with refinement. In this regard, I believe the Premium Contact 6 achieved that in most cases. Dry is where the Premium Contact 6 manages to impress. Even though it's not strictly a performance tire, you are still looking at high levels of grip and traction, which are far more than what you'd need in everyday situations. The handling also deserves some high praises, as it's among the more responsive summer touring tires. While it wouldn't be my first choice for having fun, it won't disappoint. Unlike the performance in dry conditions, the Premium Contact 6 isn't as impressive in wet conditions. Yes, the grip and traction levels are more than enough for daily driving, and with the short braking distances, you're looking at a safe tire. With that said, you won't be able to push it as hard as some of its competitors. Also, the aquaplaning resistance is good, but not good enough to be on top of its class. Pros: excellent dry performance, braking distances on wet are very short. It handles pretty good for a grand touring tire. Cons: wet performance isn't the best in class comfort, and noise levels aren't as good as the best in class. Number 4. Pirelli Scorpion Verde. In the Italian corner of the crossover and SUV market, we have the Scorpion Verde. As a performance option, Pirelli seems to have made a decent model. In normal driving conditions, the Scorpion Verde will offer more than enough performance. You'll have loads of grip and traction, meaning that you'll never notice the tire struggling. At the limit, it's good, but not the best in its class. With that said, I have to praise the handling, which is very dynamic. The responsiveness is excellent, and you'll get plenty of feedback through the steering wheel. The Scorpion Verde will continue delivering very good results in wet conditions. Like in dry, there's plenty of grip and traction to avoid slipping, so the tire will feel planted and confidence-inspiring even at the limit. A slight issue I have is the aquaplaning resistance. Yes, the tire is stable at higher speeds, but some of its rivals can handle a bit more without getting twitchy. Pros: excellent performance in dry conditions. Dynamic handling. Noise levels are on the lower end. Cons: there are more affordable options out there, can get a bit twitchy near the limit on wet roads. Number 5. Falcon Asinus FK510 SUV. Moving away from the premium segment, we come to a more affordable option. The Asinus FK510 SUV is a mid-range option capable of balancing performance and affordability. On dry roads, the Asinus FK510 SUV is a tire that won't disappoint with the performance it can deliver. The tire will offer more than enough for daily driving, and the grip and traction levels can be enough for having a bit of fun on a twisty road. Handling is another area where it delivers pretty good results. It's not on the same level as the Michelin model, but with decent responsiveness levels and feedback, it won't disappoint. In wet conditions, the Asinus FK510 SUV is a tire that will deliver a bit of mixed results. On damp surfaces, it's good, and you'll have high levels of grip and traction and short braking distances. There's also very high stability in the corners, which is a high praise for a mid-range tire. The aquaplaning resistance in a straight line is an area where the tire doesn't do so well. At the limit, it becomes a bit unsteady, something that the premium competitors won't struggle with. Pros: very good performance in dry conditions. Dynamic handling. High levels of grip and traction in wet conditions. Cons: straight line aquaplaning is average, not the most comfortable tire. That's all from my end. I make helpful videos daily, so do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification to get more information, or if you want to know product price, please do check my description. For any kind of problem, please comment below so I can help you further. Life is short, so enjoy every bit of your life with our cool products, as it's going to make your life much easier.